is this voice, or the superego, inner critic, often manifests as a voice. Sometimes a voice we can identify, like a father, or a mother, or a priest, or a God. Sometimes our superego can have the voice of God if we've come from a strongly religious background. Can also have the voice of a very young us who has realized the importance of not making mistakes and getting it right, and takes a lot of energy into becoming quite sort of strict and controlling around us, what we should and shouldn't do, and ready to judge us to make sure we don't make mistakes. And that is really the young one in us who is anticipating making mistakes and getting into trouble or difficulty with the family. So we learn how to be a sort of parent to ourselves, a parentalized child. And this can be sometimes one of the hardest ones to disengage from, because it feels like us. And we agree with what the superego is saying wholeheartedly. You know, I shouldn't do that, that is wrong, and we believe it. But one of the things, and this is what you're pointing to, that starts to happen when we examine our inner critic, if we can find a voice, and there's usually a voice to most attacks, even though at first they just feel like an attack, we can usually put words to it at some point. If we can find that voice, we can begin a little bit of separation from it. Separating from mom, separating from dad. Realizing that it's just a frightened little boy or girl who's getting really strict and tight and make sure we want to make no mistakes. We can start to get a little space from it. So it's helpful when we get these really straightforward attacks to sort of inquire back, you know, who have I internalized there? Is it mom? Is it dad? Is it both of them? Who was it that gave me the idea that I'm no good or worthless? Maybe there's a voice there. Maybe there's sayings that we heard many times. So it's helpful as we explore the subject, it's just to begin to see, we referenced outside all the time. Who was it we referenced? And to see if some of the judgments we have towards ourselves belong with that voice or that person.